that it was very useful and that everybody have been reminded on saving water. Now coming to our activities, the interact clubs, our ashram, then Yuvajan, all these children who are associated with our club have really taken up on a very good scale, and they had conducted lots of drawing competitions on saving of water, essay writing, and even they had also spoken for 5 minutes each on their thoughts of how to save water. It was very well organized by the respective interact clubs, and we thank one and all the children as well as the interact club members who had really worked hard, and it's a good phenomenon. So this is what we had done, and we are glad that it was a great success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madhu garu. District conference గురించి నాగరాజ్ గారు, can you give some updates?
Good evening, dear Rotarians. As of now, mana Rotary Club Visakhapatnam nunchi 4 members have been registered for district conference, and I give update by tomorrow evening, madam. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Nagaraj garu. Today's chief guest, I hope our President garu is the best person to introduce him. Thank you, President garu, giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for this, giving the updates. Yes, my dear friends, before going into today's program, I would like to recognize few, personalities who are there with us. So first of all, I would like to recognize the President of JCI Huzur Vrindavan, JCS Vishwanathan. Welcome, sir. Welcome to Rotary Club of Visakhapatnam. Vishwanathan ji? Yes, he is there. And also we have from Lions International Ankapalli, the President Padmaraj Garu and the Secretary Appalraj Garu. Welcome, sir. Welcome to Rotary Club of Visakhapatnam. Yes, sir, Padmaraj Garu. Yes, and also we have the President and the team from Rotary Club of Coimbatore, and also at the same time, people joining from US is Rotary Club of Silicon Andhra. That is from US. Some people are joining from there. And at the same time, from Pearl Genie, it's an organization from US. The people are joining from there also, Selvi ma'am and other people. Welcome, ma'am, to Rotary Club of Visakhapatnam. Yes, so my dear friends, today we have a very special person with us. He is none other than Sifu Ranga Garu. So this gentleman, he is a Tai Chi specialist and an expert in various martial arts. It is not just confined to Tai Chi, but many other martial arts are his specializations. He works on martial arts and as well as in health sciences. They actually talk about martial art is not just for the sake of self-defense, but the whole of the system is completely a mechanism on its own, which works on its own. So to introduce Sifu Ranga Garu, I would just like to tell you that he has dedicated more than 35 years of his life to Tai Chi and Qigong. And having learned these healing art forms from his master, Dr. Viren Waghan, and Sifu Lingyan and Sifu Chi Ding. He is based in Chennai and is also a Kung Fu expert. And he is an acupuncture therapist and bodyworks massage therapist. Sifu Ranga Garu has taught Tai Chi and Qigong to thousands of students across the globe. And also he has trained many sports people. He also regularly holds corporate workshops for IT companies. His expertise is in postural corrections, sports performance enhancements, and stress management. Not only that, he is also a very wonderful coach of very wonderful secret martial arts to many police departments and even Himalayan, commandos who are there. Not only that, he also trains people who go on expeditions into low altitude, that is, trekking kind of a thing, how to control their breath and how to make their body stable and many things like that. If you have heard about the Nirbhaya situation that happened in Delhi, after that, there is a very big wave across the country for training of women in self-defense. Mr. Sifu Ranga Rao is the main person who has actually played a very vital key role, and he has trained more than 60,000 people across the country in that. and he is a faculty and faculty trainer for the martial art faculty people in various organizations like Infosys and many other companies where they have a separate wing to train their employees. So with that, we have Mr. Sifu Rangarao here. So I would like to welcome him to Rotary Club of Visakhapatnam. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. It was a great intro, and I may not be that great person. I'm just a simple man with knowledge of martial arts for the last 35 years. And what I am today, the credit goes to my teachers, because I'm a dropout student of an engineering, AMI engineering in my life in '84. I quit my engineering to go to martial arts only for the sake of medicine, because my teacher said, the world doesn't need doctors, those who prescribe medicine. The world needs doctors, those who can take you away from medication. So the great words which went into my brain. And my journey into martial arts started in '84, '85, when I met my teacher from Malaysia. Now my teacher is in US, in the University of Tampa, doing research into postal corrections and all. So there's a saying in Chinese, a distance of 10,000 miles starts with a small step, right? So it's a small step towards help from the knowledge what I might have acquired. I may be something people may be doing much better than me. And it's always something adds on, right? So when it comes to Qigong and Tai Chi, Qi is a word given in Chinese for prana. And in India, we call prana Shakti or whatever. Then Qi is a Japanese term for that. And Gong is cultivating the life force. Because I don't know how many of you have noticed, the pandemic what the world has gone through. The fastest country which recovered from the pandemic and almost all nil. Maybe they are showing it or not, but whatever. But the real fact is that people in China started practicing Qigong and Tai Chi very seriously when it started to have a severe impact of COVID. And if you can see in last few weeks back, 2 or 3 weeks back, in Russia, the government doctors, nurses, patients have started back doing Qigong and Tai Chi. It will be surprisingly a simple term, Tai Chi and Qigong, but it has evolved from the Indian yoga system known as Kathina Yoga, which most of the Indian yoga masters don't even know. They might have never even heard about this term. This was a yoga called as Kathina Yoga, practiced by the Indian martial artists in Tamil Murai, Tamil martial arts, the way of Tamilers, travelers, whatever may be, then in Kalari Paitu. This Kathina Yoga and the combination of movements from Shiva Tandava, what we call as Ananda Tandava. Ananda Tandava is a great place in South. I don't know how many of you know about this temple. Most of you might have heard about this temple. This is called as the temple of Chidambaram. And Chidambaram temple is famous for secrets. Even NASA don't have answers for certain secrets hidden in the temple of Chidambaram. They say the 108 dance postures of Lord Shiva have been acquired into Qigong and Tai Chi. And that's the reason Tai Chi heals faster than yoga. Because my experience, I'm also a trained yoga guy. So I don't want to put anything down, because I know if I deal with the Chinese system, my first blood goes to my Indian system, right? So I've trained in yoga, I've been practicing yoga. But my passions are always for something which can give much faster results. So Qigong and Tai Chi, and all these are part of martial arts known as Shaolin Temple. Shaolin Temple has been evolved under the guidance of Bohar. He's a Siddha, Rishi from Tamil Nadu, he was a student of great Agastya, right? Agastya's great ship. And this man had the power of astral projection, who went to China and he taught them martial arts, which later on become Kung Fu. And thousands of years later, in 1,500 years back, almost a great third saint from India. There were 3 saints who went to China. The third saint was Buddha Dharma, who went from Kanchipuram to preach Buddhism. He never went to teach any martial art. He just went to teach them the Cheng sect, which is known as Zen meditation today in Japan. Okay, he went to teach them the power of meditation. Then he was refused, and he sat in meditation for 9 long years. And he came out with a wonderful system, what is known as in China, Yi, Jin, Jing, muscle, tendon changing and strengthening exercises. So basically, when we do stretch, most of the yoga exercise, we're doing a stretch on one side, means body is extending forward, bending backwards, sideways and sideways. But Qigong, the mother of all these yogas, the stretch is in two sides and in the other two sides. Means the body is stretching in all the four directions. That's what we call as a stretch, right? So this is so useful to cure postural musculoskeletal disorders. Most of the musculoskeletal disorders, touch wood, I thank my teachers because the guidance what they have given me, I have made a lot of people to walk without surgeries on knee. And especially I've been like working on the knee pain. And I myself went through a severe major accident, and my left leg, anybody who's a doctor who knows what happens when the ACL is torn for third grade, and my meniscus is torn for second grade in left knee, and my meniscus is second grade torn in my right knee. I have not done a surgery because doctors told me very clearly, if you do a surgery, it will take 9 months for you to come back to the life of teaching martial arts. So I still thank my teacher because when my journey started with when I had this surface of 28%, I just overcome it only with few exercises. And even at the time of pandemic, I was treating someone with COVID, and I got into the COVID situation, and I came out maximum with my 85% of my COVID has come back only by exercises. So I believe that God has made us in such a way that He's the best engineer who designed us in such a way, and He has given a beautiful manufacturing unit inside us, and we can produce our own medicine. And if we are able to do that, you can depend on the external medicine for the very, very less effort, right? Because see, anything which is external medicine will not do the same impact what you create by yourself. So let's think about, like today is a water day, right? When you talk about water, in Chinese, we say water is the source of life. And we say the world is made up of 5 elements. And water is a beautiful element, which is a combination of 2 things, known as hydrogen and oxygen, right? Mostly we scientifically say like this. But one of my students who's a researcher in IIT Madras is going beyond that, and he says that there's something else. It's not with only oxygen and hydrogen, right? So water may be. So when we say there are 2 elements combined together in water, they are water and fire. And why we say water has the fire inside is the reason is, if there's no fire inside water, there's no life. And please believe, water is the source of life. Whatever we search in moon, wherever we search in Mars, wherever we go through across the universe, we look into the planets, we try to find out if water is there. Because we know if water is there, life will be there, right? So this organ inside the body is kidney, which is known as the source of water. And kidney has 2 elements. One is fire, that is your heart. Okay. So if there's no fire, means if the temperature of the womb is not maintained, a woman cannot conceive a child. We all believe that, right? So there's a heat inside the water that makes us to go. And muscle tendon changing exercises are very simple, very effective, and life-changing. And today's topic was all about aging, pain, and what was the topic today actually? We have decided to go with
pains and knee pains from stress.
Pains and aging, right? Pains and
aging, correct.
Oh yeah. Because I've driven some 200 kilometers from Chennai to my parents' place, so I was not going any notes and all. I love to stand and do my sessions, and I love to involve everyone to practice along because there's a beautiful ad of one chocolate. Melody cow, put janjo. Eat the melody chocolate and know the taste by yourself, right? So until you don't feel it, you will never believe it, right? So we'll go for the feeling part in a few minutes. Before that, what is aging? Aging is a natural phenomenon. It's a natural process. Can we stop it? Definitely we can put brakes on it. We cannot stop it because there are 2 things in life which cannot be controlled by human body, right? We can control with a lot of damage. One is life and one is death. We cannot say I don't want to born on this day. We cannot say I don't want to die at this second, right? The death can be prolonged by a lot of medication, but what use? it will be a painful life. So let's hope what happens as we grow older. As we grow older, the muscles become older because the body is running on 600 plus muscles and only 205 bones. We don't have much bones, we have more muscles. And the foot per muscle is only exercise. There's a reason why a yogi lives for hundreds of years or a martial artist lives for hundreds of years. Go to China, Japan, you can see people living more than 75, 85, 95 years, almost 100 years. The reason is a simple practice of breath. Because breath is something which connects you to life and death. The day your breath starts, your life starts. Post life, right? And the day your breath stops, you stop, you die. So how to overcome all this? What is this muscle? What is this tendon? Why a muscle tendon simple exercise can do wonders, right? Because as I said, as we grow older, the muscles lose their strength and the load of the weight of the body goes to the joint. And when the joints come into a lot of pressure, it starts paining. I don't know how many of you believe or not believe it. If you see the ratio of women go with more knee pains rather than men. If you see the woman of the last era woman has been going through severe knee pains, and all it has started for a simple wrong mistake, but it was the need of the day in those days, right? Women in India were asked to walk like this to school, to the college, not to raise the head up, because we had gone through a lot of torture of Mughals and the Britishers. So at that time, women in India were taught not to raise the head. Once you start from your house, drop your head down, go to the school, college, come back, with the head down. And it was forced by Ghungat and all. There was no Ghungat in this day actually. But it has been all accompanied because the reason is to avoid mascara, to avoid a problem to the other people. So when the head goes down, your whole body weight goes and lands into the knee. Yeah. When the body weight goes onto the knee, your tendons become very, very short. Very, very short. 60 to 90% of people don't need knee replacement. This is the actual fact. You'll be shocked sometimes. Doctors, there are certain good doctors who will say, we don't need a surgery. Please go and do some yoga. Please go and do some exercise. A lot of people, I don't know how many of you have seen this, if you get a back pain, after a few years, you'll get a knee pain. The reason is the whole body is one. In Chinese, we say the whole body is one. There's no separate hand, there's no separate leg, there's no separate head, there's no separate hip. But the center is your hip. Center is your hip, it's fat. What we say as the Kundalini Sthana in yoga, right? If that is balanced, everything is balanced. So let us see what actually the chi, when you cannot see it, it's a mystical term. We say something which cannot be seen can be felt. We cannot see happiness, but we can feel it. We cannot see sorrowness, we can feel it. We cannot see God, but we can feel the godliness, right? This is how we say chi can be felt inside the body. And chi can travel from one part of the body to the other part of the body with the power of your thought. That's the reason we say your thoughts are much powerful. Your communication with the thoughts can be much faster than the wireless communication. So let's think, what is this chi, right? So rub your palms. Please rub your palms. Let me see how many of you do this.
It's a small request from the speaker. Let us all please switch on our videos, my dear friends.
Rub your palms and rub the thumb in the center of your palm. Hope you all can see me. The other thumb also. The index finger. The middle finger. Later on, these exercises have become a part of Reiki and pranic healing. Right? Now just see, relax your hands, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Very relaxed. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Very slow. Breathe in, breathe out. And just keep your hands pressed, push and pull. Very slow. and you can move your hands like a circles like this, front and back. Some of you feel, how many of you feel like both the hands are connected like a magnetic force?
Yes, sir.
Can you feel? Right.
Yes, sir.
So that is the chi. That is the energy which we are emitting. We are emitting outside. And that is much, much powerful than the radiation of your mobile phones. Please try to understand the energy what we emit is very, very powerful than your mobile phone. Sometimes you can cut off the power switch without touching it. Before, if you touch the power switch, if you know what is qigong or what is energy, you feel a shock if there's any short circuit in your plug-in line. Okay. So this is nothing but bioelectric current which we are emitting around us. I don't know how many of you understood the term social distance, right? Social distance, we say 1 meter from each. We have to maintain a distance of 1 meter. Why this 1 meter? Because the chi, which is radiating, is around you to 1 meter to 1.5 meter, which is strong. If you're not healthy, if something which is more powerful than your health or your immune system comes in between the 1 meter distance, it will impact your body, because that's how COVID has entered into everyone's body. It is in the air. I don't know how people believe it or not, but this is the truth. There's no COVID when you sneeze or when you cough. It is in the air. It has been moving around the air. It is going to change a life to a major extent, because it's a man-made virus. It will take some more time. It's a God-made virus. It will take for 1 year or maybe 1.5 years. It will settle down. But okay, hope for the best. But you see what the beauty is. There's no medication for COVID. People have been spending lakhs. And we always say your immune system is the biggest shield. If your immune system is good, even a virus which enters your body can be controlled, can be subsided, can be completely removed from your body. This is what the beauty of certain exercise. And food, because the body runs on two things, that is your breath and your food. Your breath depends upon the exercise what you do, and your food depends upon the taste what you eat. Okay, there's a reason when COVID came into limelight, people said it's affecting the lungs, it is affecting, but yes, it is affecting every major organ. It will go and sit in an organ known as where excessive fats are there. Then it will control you, right? Why it happens with the old people? The reason is, as you grow old, your muscular strength is reduced, your immune system is down. The reason it is causing a more impact on the elderly people rather than the younger generation. So pain and aging, as I said, aging is a process, pain are the part of the process. When it says that you have not done any exercise, either you have done a lot of wrong exercises, which causes pain in the later stage of your life, right? So we have seen how a chi can be felt out of the body, right? Let us see how the prana is felt inside the body. Keep your right hand straight like this, in line with your shoulder, and clench all your fingers up. See, all your fingers up. Keep your index finger straight. Can you feel a numbness here or a pain kind of thing? The tip of your index finger. Now bring your left hand over here, the opposite hand over here. Now breathe in, pull the hand. When you breathe out, take it back. You can feel the numbness starts moving from here. See, breathe in, breathe out. How many of you felt the pain or numbness is moving from here till this and goes back, right? And those who get electrical shock kind of pain, that indicates that their health is not to the mark, okay? So numbness and pain or heaviness. If you go to the best of the best masjid, if you go to the best of the best church, if you go to the best of the best gurdwara, if you go to the best of the best temple, after visiting these great places, When you sit at that place for some time, you will get a numbness or a weight, heaviness in the head, the forehead. I don't know how many of you ever felt that. And that's the reason they say sit in a temple or a church for some time, then go back home. The reason is the energy, the cosmic energy which enters inside the body stays to the crown, and the energy has to go down. The energy has to go down. Okay? So when the energy has to go down, you have to do certain exercises. If you don't do exercises, definitely it will accumulate, causing headache. So when people do meditation, they get into a headache. This is the reason, right? So why we need this energy to move from up to down? The reason is we have two brains. Anybody who's a science graduates or maybe doctors, don't take in a wrong way. But I'm talking about a science which was 5,000 years old. We say there are two brains in human beings. One is the brain of communication, which is here, right? One is the brain of energy, which is here, the navi, just below your navel. So the brain of communication and the brain of energy are connected with a spinal cord. Okay, you have your spinal cord. These are connecting the brain of energy and brain of communication. When these are not in straight line, you're in a risk. That's the reason most of the people those who work in IT, they get slip disc, they get multiple health disorders, including cancer. For lung cancer, we are worried that high cancer of lungs may go high in future. So this is how we say the disease, because these two have to be in line. That's the reason we say keep your back straight, keep your back straight, keep your back straight. See, it's been a small thing which have been from a teacher from the childhood used to tell us, keep your back straight. The reason is once your back is straightened, your spine is in straight line. The brain of communication and brain of energy come into one line, and that's going to help you a lot. I'm going to show a small video in my session now, how the ergonomics play a very vital role for people those who are aging. The reason is, as we become old, we start to sleep more, we start to sit more, we don't want to move more. Please try to understand, the more you move, the longer you live. The longer you live, you can trouble more and more people, right? We agree with this? The longer you live, you can trouble more people. The reason is, as long as, I always say, somebody asks me, how are you? I always say, as long as I can trouble others, I'm fine. Because who troubles others? Kids, right? Children. A child troubles others, and he stays very happy. I mean, when you start troubling others, you become a child again. So please try to understand, movement is life. The whole reason for the pain, for the aging is lack of movement. Your generation is becoming old by 70. My generation will become old by 60. My kids' generation will become old by 40, 45. This is the truth. Reason is lack of movement. As the doctors and gynecologists, you go and see a gynecologist, they'll say, if the woman is pregnant, they will ask to write down the number of kicks and punches the baby is doing inside the womb. If by mistake the counts go down, so immediately what doctors will do? They will ask to go for a scan to find out if something is wrong with the baby or something is wrong with the mother. So movement is very important. Movement is a major thing which can avoid pains with aging, because no medicine has got any complete cure for your pain, because your pains are always related to lack of strength in muscles. So I'm giving you some basic exercises and how to improve the flow of blood from the heart, from the legs to the heart. It's a major issue which is happening across the world today. So let's go with how to do some exercises for the upper part of the body, simple exercises. At the same time, how to avoid breast cancer. It's a wonderful exercise, believe me or not. It's one of the exercises given across the world for the people to avoid breast cancer, and it really does wonders, right? I've given some results in cancer patients, so I had a chance to work with IIT Madras. So I teach Qigong and Tai Chi to bring down the stress level of some of the IIT students from the last 8 years now, 8 or 9 years now. And I do sessions for the Mata Amrita Mine and these Amrita University Bangalore from the last 15 years. I've been conducting Qigong and Tai Chi for the MBA students to what we call as a work work-life balance, how to bring back your stress, how to become normalized with your working stress. So this is how I do, and let's go with the next exercise for the day. Simple standing meditation exercises. Meditation doesn't mean just closing eyes and sitting. You can start sitting and doing also. Those who can't feel standing is difficult. I would prefer them to sit, but try to do this, right? So we have seen, first we are seeing the external chi, we are seeing the internal chi. Then in the last, we can see how the chi can travel, how the force energy can travel, right? So keep your hands to the side like this. Keep your hands to the side, your elbows drop, pull the fingers towards you, okay? Push your palms out, these palms push out. When you breathe in, relax. When you breathe out, feel as if you're pushing two walls on the either side. Breathe in, relax. When you breathe out, push two walls. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out. Breathe in, relax. When you breathe out, push walls. Pull the fingers towards you, push your palms out. Now turn your palms upwards like. Breathe in, relax. When you breathe out, make your whole body tight. Feel as if lifting the whole sky in your hand. I hope what I'm going to teach you the most easiest exercises for the most laziest people of the world. Okay. So they'll be very easy, but at the same time, they'll be very effective. Feel, if you type the word bliss in Google, you can see this posture. Bliss is Anandam, Anandamaya posture, wherein you're completely floating with happiness. So there's a posture, there's an image which will come first, right? So then just turn your palm. Feel you're pressing two balloons on the surface of water. These exercises will cure thyroid. They will take care of frozen shoulders. Will strengthen your neck and shoulder muscles, your chest muscles. It can keep you away from the neck pain, upper shoulder pain, and upper chest pain, right? When you breathe out, feel as if you're pressing two balloons on the surface of water. Breathe in, relax. When you breathe out, don't worry about proper breathing. Just breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your nose and mouth open, right? So bring your hands up like this. This is one of the beautiful exercises to control blood sugar in the body. When you breathe out, pull the fingers down, push your palms up, okay? And it will help in gastroids and all the spleen disorders, pancreas disorders. It will take care of your high BP or low BP. Apart from that, it will take care of your blood sugar. Just stay there, stay there. Then turn your palms, slowly drop your hands down. Just drop your hands. Do you feel the rush of blood from the neck to the tip of your fingers, right? There'll be a pain for 5 seconds. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now just check your shoulders, there won't be any pain. Any pain now? No pain. What we have done, we have created a resistance in movement. We have created a resistance in movement. And resistance stretches are the most costliest exercises given in US for the top class Olympic athletes. Okay, top class Olympic athletes train under resistance stretches, which was nothing but Katin yoga from India, become Qigong in China, later on has become a resistance stretches in US. And it's very costly to learn and practice, right? So next we'll go with some more exercises to take care of the breast cancer. Please put this exercise to every girl child and even men today, because life has become. Have you seen what is the difference? I don't know how many of you have ever thought why the breast cancer is going high in this country. In ancient India, women used to carry water, carry firewood, pull water, right? Washing clothes, drying clothes, And the kitchen was not a modular kitchen. Everything was high, kept in a height. So the rats or something should not bring it down. So still villages, everything was kept high. The woman had more higher arm movements, and women need more hand movements above the head than men. Okay. So this is a very simple exercise. It will take care of back pain, it will take care of knee pain. Apart from that, it will align your posture. And it's a wonderful exercise. Just swing your body, circles. Okay. Just swing your body into circles, clockwise and counterclockwise. Okay. Clockwise and counterclockwise. Keep your hands relaxed, make circles, and right. Now just try to understand this is given in the temples of India. Mostly women go to the temples on Tuesdays and Fridays. They take a bunch of neem leaves and they go with dancing. Right? It's still like I have seen in Padamagudi in Hyderabad and some south, mostly in Tamil Nadu, still practiced very ritually. It is being practiced. Did you ever thought why? See, there are lymphocytes throughout the body, but there are lymph nodes, 21 to 23 pairs of lymph nodes under the armpit. When these lymph nodes don't drain out, they are the major cause of cancer. If you just check into Google, one of the major causes of cancer will be lymphocytes. And lymphocytes are nothing but the lack of lymphatic drainage process. The lymphatic drainage system is not working. The sewage is getting accumulated, and that causes a disease. Just imagine when the movements of the woman have come down from the breast cancer from 5% has come to 50% plus. The reason is very simple. Women need movements above the head. I give a simple exercise for the pregnant woman to control the blood sugar as well as to maximum try to go with a normal delivery. The simple exercise is breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And this has helped a lot of gestational diabetes women to bring their blood sugar into absolute normal by the 9th month of pregnancy. And I have few students, those who have a very clear normal delivery with some of these exercises, right? So next we'll go with an exercise to affect. See, there's a lot of challenge. I've been doing sessions for the Vision India program, which was conducted by one Mr. Janaki from Pune. It was under the PMO's office. And the whole Vision India program was creating awareness for health and well-being and well-living for the 50 plus people. But somehow I think there was not much of crowd, so this program has been stopped. So what we have found that more than cancer, more than diabetes, India is going to see more heart failures. I don't know how many of you have seen. If you go to any of the hospitals today, if there are 4 to 5 cardiologists in a same hospital, corporate hospital, the biggest queue will be at the cardiology department. And little more ghee has been added by COVID because COVID is going to create a lot more heart issues rather than the lung disorder. Lung disorder will happen to a person who's already gone, who is already sick, but it's going to slowly impact your heart. And you'll never know, one fine day your heart will stop working. Simple thing. How many of you think about your heart every day? When we were young, my heart feels for that young lady, right? When I was a child, my heart feels for my mother. When you get married, my heart cries because of my wife, right? When you become old, oh, my life partner is creating a pain in my heart. These are only situations when we think about the heart. We never ever think about the beauty of the heart. This is one organ which is working 24/7 from the day of death till the last breath. And even your breath stops, your heart beats for a long, long time. I don't know how many of you know this. Even when we die, it's an organ which keeps on beating for a long, long time. There's a reason people come out of death when CPR is given to them. when a proper pressure on the heart is going to, right? With the heart is still running, still running. So we say heart is something which has to be taken care of, otherwise most of the people are going to suffer with improper heart, right? So what we can do for heart? In yoga, we say Utkatasana. I don't know how many of you know yoga, if you have been practicing yoga. Utkatasana is a simple half squat asana, right? Utkatasana, how we do? We keep hands like this, we sit, or we keep hands like this and we sit, right? This is what we do as Utkatasana. So this Utkatasana, because we say people, those who do Utkatasana, their heart will become strong. Yes. But if Utkatasana has been done properly, the way it has been given in the ancient martial arts style, it will cause very, very, very good impact. Otherwise, it will do only 50% justice, right? Shall we try a very proper Utkatasana? First, we'll do a preparation for this. Then we'll go with Utkatasana, right? So please, all of you can stand up, and the simple technique is keep your feet at one shoulder distance, keep your hands on the hip. Make everything tight below the hip, from your hip to the toes. Both the legs should be tight. Make them tight, hold them tight, your buttocks tight. Breathe out, press your legs to the floor and just go half squat. Breathe out. Breathe in, press the floor and come up. Breathe out, go down. Breathe in, come up. Keep your legs tight. Breathe out, go down. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, go down. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, go down. Breathe in, come up. Keep going. Breathe out, go down. Keep your legs tight. Breathe in, come up. Right? Now just follow me. 1 second. How many of you want to become 5 years younger to your age? How many of you want to become 5 years younger to your age? Good, great. When I was on this, I was kept on the table of surgery, and doctor said we have to go with the surgery. I refused. They have taken my blood test, and they said, "What is your age?" I said, "I am 45 plus." They said, "No, it shows you're almost 8 years younger to your age." The reason is my visceral fats were less than 3%. So this is the beauty of these exercises. You'll become younger, not by looking smart, but you'll become younger by climbing 10 floors, by walking 5 to 10 kilometers, by sitting on the floor, getting up and doing all your work by yourself, right? So if you're at the age of 80, if you can squat there and come up, you're young. At the age of 30, if you can't climb more than 2 floors, you're old. Means your heart is gone. So now let's go for the challenge. And it's a very simple exercise. And what you have to do is just follow my instructions. Keep your feet at one shoulder distance. Please stand up. The next exercise can make you 5 years younger to your age if you follow this 1.5 year in your life. This is the biggest and easiest thing to do, right? Keep your everything tight below the hip, both the legs tight. Then slowly breathe out, go down, and stay there. Stay there. Go with normal breath. Make both the legs tight. Stay there for the count of 5. I'm going to count 5. Don't come up until the count of 5. Make your legs tight. Put a smile on your face. One smile will carry you extra 10 miles in your life. 1. Put a small smile. Keep your legs tight. Hold them. 2. Very good. I can see Nambu madam is very strong, good. She might have been a Bharatanatyam dancer. 3. See that, very good. 4. 4. 4. Hold there, hold there. My God, no more. 5, up. Please stand up straight. Can you feel your legs now? Can you feel your legs? There may be a pain for some time, maybe for 10 seconds. After that, the pain will vanish. And know what you have done. When you sit and for a long time, what we are doing to our body is we are cutting the blood circulation from the toes to the heart. The blood circulation from the toes to the heart is reduced to a large extent in the present world. It is one of the major causes where people may go through a massive cardiac health disorder. And this is one of the issues why our youngsters in IT sector collapse and die at the workplace with a massive cardiac arrest. It's not because of the stress of the work. It is all because of the stress what they create by sitting for long time and avoiding doing exercise for the muscles. Please try to understand your body understands only two things. One is proper breath, proper food, right? So next proper breath comes only by a proper exercise to be done. Let's go for the next exercise for cardio. And it's not only a beautiful cardio exercise. Apart from that, it's also very important muscle, which I don't know how many of you know this. This is the one important muscle which will take you for another 10 extra miles in your life. Your quadriceps, the front thigh muscles. Okay, the front thigh muscle. So I'll teach you that exercise a little later. Then we'll go with one more exercise for the PCOD, very common issue in the young woman, and it's a pathetic stage today. We are seeing our young generation is rushing to infertility hospitals. Please, we have to see that if that is avoided, a great thing can be turned back to the society. Because we Indians are not so bad that we cannot produce. Only our lifestyle is changing and we are causing a very severe damage to the woman's health with the IVF. I don't know, most of the doctors with whom I work, those who are gynecologists, they all agree that IVF is not the right thing for an Indian woman because your health is gone for a toss. You'll no more be a woman, fit woman after a few years. There's a reason most of the IVF cases they always have twins, right? And they see that no more deliveries after twice. The reason is most of the women can become more vegetative after a few years because they lose their real health. All the chemicals, all the medicines, all the toxins, what they take because lack of mobility at that time of pregnancy can cause so many things, right? So I'll give one simple exercise to avoid weight, right? You can reduce body weight. You can reduce cysts or fibroids for the woman and cysts and fibroids in women's health. And touch wood have given results in one of the cognitive centers, one of my regular company work from last 4 years. We've been doing sessions across India. I go across India. It's a pan-India sessions doing in Cognizant. And basically when we started our journey with Cognizant 4 years back, the second year when we went, I got a lot of applause from most of the young women. They used to come back and thank me and my team saying that, Ranga sir, I'm so happy that I've stopped taking medication for PCOD. My PCOD is completely gone. I thank you for the simple exercise what you have taught. Definitely 90% of women can get help with exercise. They can avoid cysts, fibroids, and PCOD. At the same time, for men, prostate gland cancer is one of the biggest cause for most of the men after 50, 55, 60, 60 plus. It used to be 60 plus, 65 plus. But today, men at the age of 45 to 50 are getting prone to prostate gland cancer. As I said, there are lymphocytes which don't drain out, can cause so many health hazards. The same way, there are lymphocytes or lymphatic cells which don't drain out from this place, which can cause cysts, which can cause fibroids, which can cause even health disorders. If you have young girls back home, see that a young girl should not wear tight jeans if they have to plan for a family life. If they're young, they're using jeans at the college or workplace, it's fine. Once they get married, if they have to plan for a kid, they have to go with some loose clothing. No more tight jeans for men as well as for women. The reason is it will affect the garbhasthana. The breath doesn't go to the garbhasthana, and these women suffer. And it's a pathetic situation for the young girls. And if you tell them they're not happy, they get angry also, right? They can go to scold you also. But this is the actual truth. because this was not our dressing. You see, most of the abroad people, foreign people, they don't have kids. They run for kids. And here in our country, kids is like a God gift. But today it is becoming the vice versa for our younger generation, right? So next we'll go with how to take care of the fibroids and cysts and prostate gland cancer. And the same exercise can do wonders to reduce your body weight. It will do a gradual body weight reduction by 1 kilo or a half kilo a month, and maybe for a few months together, and it will stop where your body requires certain weight, right? Yeah. Please stand up, keep your hands like this. Feet at one shoulder distance. And just lifting your knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep doing, keep doing, keep doing. If you do this 50 counts every day, it will take care of PCOD, fibroids, and cysts, and prostate gland cancer in men. At the same time, if you want to reduce your body weight, a condition applies. You have to do 250 counts every day. Okay, 250 counts every day. So it will take 3 months for you to reach that 250 counts. Start with 50 in the morning, 50 in the afternoon, 50 in the evening, and go with 75, 75, 75, then add on 100, 100, 100. And within 3 months, you reach a non-stop 250 counts at a stretch, right? So next we go with an exercise to take care of your back as well as back. We'll see later sometime, but definitely what you need one more cardio, which is very, very important. Walking on roads is difficult because of traffic, and who knows who may hit you and run away. People don't even care if you fall. So what you can do is just take 2 water bottles, 1 liter water bottles, half filled, and you can keep your hands and keep moving like this. See? Just squat and come up, squat and come up, squat and come up, right? You can have 2 water bottles in your hand, just squat and come up. Shall we all try? Please try. It's a beautiful cardio. If you do this for 3 minutes, it is equal to jogging for 5 kilometers every day, right? So please stand up. Join me first. Keep your hands on the hip. We'll go with the hip movement. Then we'll go with the hand movement, right? So let's start with the hip movement. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Easy. Then the hand movement. See? Elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? So now combine both the movements together. Hip and hands movement. Keep moving. Keep moving. Look straight and keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep doing, keep doing. Do it for 3 minutes. Start. Then you see how your heart will start talking back to you, right? Keep going, keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going, keep going. Slowly go for a minute, then we can stop. Let's feel it, right? Keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Little faster. Then slowly stop. Put your right hand onto your heart. Put your hand onto your heart and listen to the Dil Ki Baat. Can you feel the heartbeat? This, what our great PM was telling, listen to Dil Ki Baat, listen to Dil Ki Baat. This is exactly what is known as listen to Dil Ki Baat. And let me take you to a small I want to share a small PPT.
Yes, sir.
Can you see this? Can you see it? Right?
No, not yet, not yet. Click on share, sir. Share screen.
Share screen, huh? Share screen, no?
Yes, sir. And the videos are also ready. The moment you give me the permission, I'll start sharing them.
Adhikalu, I want to share the PPT of the.
Yes, it has come.
The slides have come.
Yes, sir. Quadrant for meeting solutions.
Yeah. That is, I don't see the shit. 1 second. I don't see the slides online.
In the slides, you not make the picture, sir.
No. Okay, let me see.
Not so thorough with the maths. So
Can you see the share?
yes, ergonomics.
Can you see the slide? Economic
Ergonomics,
solutions for
yes.
ergonomics health hazards, right? This is a very important topic which runs through almost all the IT sector, and they call big doctors to tell about ergonomics, and they have ergonomics chairs costing from 3,000 to 40,000 a lakh. Whatever chair you have, whether it's a 20 rupees chair, whether it's a 20 lakhs chair, you have to remove the brain of communication, the brain of energy should be there. We always say, as a martial, we always say, sitting too long and too wrong can cause enormous pain and suffering. And there's a basic thing which is happening in the old people, right? Why I'm worried? Because sitting too long and too wrong, because they sit in a very odd posture, they watch TV, they do something, there's no other thing to do for their life. So they cause pain and suffering. And sitting too long is like equal to a chain smoking, because both will affect the lungs at the earliest stage, right? So there was a research done in the Tampa University about postures, how to sit. The sedentary lifestyle is not new. I said 1,500 years back. Bodhisattva went and sat for 9 years and he lost his lower limbs. How he recovered? He recovered through the Yi exercise. How basically you can see people sitting, see, crossing legs, putting legs beyond the legs of the chair. All these are wrong postures which can cause knee pain. And see how people sit. I know most of the women in the IT sector sit, put one leg to the desk or the wall, and keep on working sincere, which will cause slip disc L4, L5. And most of the young women will sit like this, put the legs up on a chair, and they start working. All this will cause back pain. This simple sitting technique will cause severe back pain and cause severe health hazards. Then how to sit properly? This is a slide where I'm showing some posture. What we say, sit in 90 degrees straight, and ergonomic class says you have to sit like this, like this, like this. But is it possible to sit like this? Very, very difficult. You cannot sit in that posture for a long, long time. This is one of the beautiful postures for every person, those are above 50. When you're watching TV, when you're working on a computer in your house, or when you're working, writing something, see, one leg folded. The research was done on the statues of gods and goddesses and kings and warriors from India. And this is, you see, most of the gods and goddesses, when they're sitting on a higher plane, one leg will be folded inwards and one leg will be hanged downwards. When you sit like this, without your knowledge, your back will become straight. The spinal cord becomes straight, the brain of communication and your brain of energy will start firing. So, and when you can't sit in a rotator chair or in an office chair like this, the other way to sit is how the warriors sit. One leg is slightly pushed forward. One leg is in line with the hip and knee. So one leg, like kings, like Bahubali and all, if you see, they sit like, the warriors sit like Chhatrapati Shivaji, or you can see people, those who are into like Akbar the Great, whoever may be. If you're seeing, the kings will sit like this, the ministers will sit straight with both the legs down. Because they are slaves. And kings, they have to be always alert. When you sit in this posture, you're 99% alert in your life, right? So, Tai Chi, Qigong exercise, this is some of the exercises which I've given for bringing the head, the neck back, because scientifically, Head is the heaviest part of the body. There's 7 vertebrae columns, okay, 7 cervical bones, and head is supposed to sit on the 7th bone, which is at the bottom. But our regular daily life, if you're working with a computer, it goes forward and sits on the 4th and 5th bone, causing shoulder pain, heaviness of the shoulders, and all. Then next, very sincerely working, it will go and sit on the 1st and cervical bone, which causes a radiating pain in the hand, okay, which causes what you call as carpal tunnel syndrome. And what happens is when the head goes forward, the nerves which carry blood to the brain are compressed. Brain needs 80% of the oxygen what we take. That's what we believe, right? Brain needs 80% of the oxygen what we take. When the head goes forward, it will compress the nerves which are carrying blood to the brain, and brain blood circulation is reduced and the oxygen is reduced. That can cause high BP or low BP. If you get high BP, diabetes sure. If you get low BP, cardiac issues sure, right? So see, what we do, we stretch, just follow that. Push the head back and resist with the hand. Right? Then simple exercise, I'll just run through some of the exercises. It's a simple exercise for strengthening the shoulder. You can avoid frozen shoulders. Breathing out, pushing one hand up and down, okay? Then you have this exercise which will take care of strengthen the shoulders again. Then very important thing for the hands. This is a very simple exercise, but very, very effective. Is strengthen your chest, your pec muscles. At the same time, your triceps. It will avoid elbow pain and shoulder pain. Then this is what is a beautiful exercise. Even a pregnant woman can do this. Just see, you have to stand with the feet one shoulder distance. You have to keep your legs straight. Everything tight from the hip to the toes. You have to hold a chair and you just push your hip backwards. This exercise will take care of complete lower back tightness and lower back pains. You'll never get a slip disc. Then one of the best thing what people should do every day, people who work on sitting posture for a long, long time, this is one of the best things to do in life. Lie down and keep your legs at 90 degrees. It's something like a sitting seat. You're sitting on a chair. But what you're doing, you're lying down so that you're trying to make the reverse flow of the blood. Every day you lie down like this. People, those who don't get sleep, you lie down in this posture. Half of the people will get a wonderful sleep. People who are suffering with insomnia or sleep disorders, this is one of the best things to do. It will take care of your stress and yeah. So thanks for listening to my rituals for the CTS, which is not supposed to be recorded, but don't worry. So Srikanji, I know him pretty well, so I can give it. It's not an issue because IT companies have a lot of rules and regulations. So this is what I always teach. And what I have done in 35 years is that how you can simplify something so it can become easier to learn, easier to practice. So my whole journey into martial arts is creating exercises for different health disorders. So I'm coming out with my Tai Chi and Qigong for heart disorders, then lung disorders, then even for COVID, I've asked Srikant to play one of the video, which is a wonderful exercise. And touch wood, a lot of my known people, my youngsters from my IIT Madras and IIT working somewhere else, they have tried this exercise and their breath become normal in a very short time when they were going through the COVID situation, right? So I hope you enjoyed the session, though my session needs more practical and more time, but in a less given time, and I understand time is most important, and it's 8 now, 8:10. So I hope I've done some justice to what I wanted to put you all forward. Srikant, are you going to play the video of the different organs and breath?
Yes, sir. And yes, sir, as you have said, Many people are also pinging me from the chat from behind. Yes, there are some videos which sir has given us to show. So yes, my dear members, shall I play a couple of videos of Tai Chi and Qigong and what are the trainings he is doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just sharing it. This is a video which sir has given, which is a complete, I think he is the right person to explain what it is.
Yeah, it's a 24 forms of Tai Chi movement. It's basically the simplest form for fitness. And because we always believe movement is life, so it's all about different movements. Because energy always moves in a spiral form. That's the reason Tai Chi movements are always, they're never straight. They move in every direction. Because Tai Chi is always practiced with beautiful background music. All the movements are generated from the hip. There's no hand movement, there's no leg movement. Every movement has come from the hip. But the movements always differ from age to age, and people with the health difficulties.
And also,
So you
sir has given, just a second, I'm putting it, sir. As per the request of the people, many people have asked about the Seventh Sense movie, which you have actually given the complete support on technical and Tai Chi. So I'm just going to show that particular video also. Some of the training sessions for Surya in the Seventh Sense movie. These are scenes behind the movie. Ranga Garu making Surya ready for the movie actually.
Yeah, it was 2012.
And some of the
It's actually
outcomes
muscle
of this.
tendon, muscle tendon
Yes, sir.
changing exercises.
And some of the final outcomes of this Tai Chi in that movie. So Rangaravji, is this from the 24 postures what you have shown?
No, actually, this happened when he was doing his Gajini with me, and I was training him to maintain his shape and size of the body, because when they go for a shooting, they don't have time to go for the gym. And he was also shooting for our one more movie at the time, and he wanted me to keep his body fit so that the moments he can learn from the stunt masters a little faster. So there was a time I was training him the other part of the Tai Chi or Qigong and Kung Fu, because they don't learn all these stunt masters. They learn the technique and the picturization. So this is the actual base from where you learn a proper technique of proper martial arts.
Yes, sir. And this is an NDTV coverage. It's a documentary on Tai Chi and Rangarao sir's body works.
That kind of loosened my body, and I felt a lot of muscles that have hitherto been not very much used, and that really gave a nice feeling.
Can you give a little explanation about this work, sir? Rangarao sir?
Yeah, this is actually what Chinese it was taught to them by Boher, aligning the bones. Like they say, if an injury is there or a posture problem is there, the bones will rotate into a wrong direction, and you have to re-rotate the bones back into the normal direction by an exercise or by a therapy. So it basically means a lot of knowledge. You have to learn massage, and you should know what we call as a varmam in our country, or marma in Kaloripaitu. So these points, there are certain points which you hold. When you hold that point and do certain turnings and twisting, the bones will realign into their posture. So this more with the posture alignment and for the pain management.
Chinese remedial massage is one
It's like tuina. If some of you might have heard about TMC, TCM, sorry, TCM, the traditional Chinese medicine. It's a kind of tuina, and people those who don't know about the Chinese massage, this is also known as the technique of shiatsu in the Japanese. Is a massage where the people don't have to remove the clothes. It's done on the clothes, and it's more like a dry massage. It's more like the stretching and releasing the joints. Apart from that, the aligning. What I'm doing is that keeping my hand on the back of his head. His head should touch the
Get some
arm. If it doesn't touch, he has an issue with the neck. So
and
we adjust the neck there.
a lot less stress and strain on my pelvic girdle and abdomen area after the massage.
So, and just for information, some of the students of Ranga sir.
This child is a gold medalist in Tamil Nadu. Now she has grown up. It's a very old video, and September 15, 2015. It's a sports form now. There's a 24 forms which has been given in sports form for the young kids.
Next step. 1, 2, 3,
This is my IIT Madras students,
6. So back. Thank you.
Anna University and IIT Madras. These students are from the Anna University.
5.
Like, is it a health or is it some kind of martial arts, sir?
Next step.
Wellness or martial arts?
2.
Yeah, it's Kung Fu. It's Kung Fu for them.
4.
It's Kung Fu.
Okay.
6. So back. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Girls are going to show some.
I'm
Yes, sir,
audible.
we can hear you. Yes, yes, very much.
It's Kung Fu for the students because basically students love more.
And heals the lungs
And this is something which
from the
I
toxins.
would love everyone to practice this particular exercise. It cleanses every internal organ. It's a belief. It is one of the best remedy for people those who have just come out of COVID, people who are suffering in the COVID, because COVID can do wonderful system changes inside the body. Okay, and this is one of the best exercises which can heal a person with disease from last 18 years or 20 years. So I've re-simplified 2-3 different techniques, put them together with my experience of 35 years, so that it can be easily learned and practiced by everyone. So I was doing for the time of when COVID was at the peak last year.
Yes, sir. And with your permission, can I share these video links in our groups?
Yeah, sure. Well, they're already there in the YouTube, so nothing to worry. And I always believe that there's no secret in this world, right? Secret is something like a cigarette you take in and leave it, and it goes in more volume, right? So it helps a lot, and it's our duty to do something back to the society. Also, people have to learn, and it's good if they get good benefits, and they can.
That's a decent and a lot of enlightenment for everyone, for all of us. And yes, we will give a minute for the people in case if anybody would like to communicate or has any question or would like to talk to you. Anybody from the audience?
Sure.
There are so many messages in my inbox actually from the people, but let us give them a direct access. Anybody would like to speak to sir? You can raise your hand or you can unmute and you can talk. Any question or anything? The messages in my inbox include they're requesting for YouTube links, Facebook links, or other data that they can actually be in touch. And many other people
I'm not a good digital guy.
Yeah, because actually the moderator has set the messages only to the host. Everything is aligning to me actually, all the messages.
Okay.
So, and the next message is saying that are there any physical works or activities going on, sir, in any place of the country? Can we also?
Yeah, I'm doing sessions in Chennai right now, and because the pandemic has put the corporate world to go into a hiding situation, work from home. So I do some sessions with work from home team. And now I'm coming back into full fledged of therapies because my core was acupuncture, which I learned 35 years now, 35 years back.
Okay.
And I want to come back with the full swing of acupuncture and exercises for the lifestyle disorders. I don't want to say exercise for one disease, it's a lifestyle disorder. And
Hmm.
the world need more people to come across. And there was a study from an Australian team. They said India may need more than 20,000 Tai Chi masters in near future. I don't know how many of you have followed Sri Ravi Shankar. One of his lectures recently, maybe last year, some 8-9 months back, he openly says the younger generation should go back to Tai Chi. So, because what he teaches in Soham and all are from Qigong, he knows what is the impact of Qigong and Tai Chi. So that's how I got these video links from my students from UK and all. They used to tell me, sir, we have seen a link like this. So it's what can be done.
Yes, sir. That's nice. Yes, sir. So that brings us to the end of this day. So yes, anybody would like to have any question? Yeah, and most of the questions are actually focusing on the same thing. Like, are there any camps going on, health camps, or can we attend somewhere, or where are they announced, kind of a thing, most of the things. And even especially some people are asking, is there anything like short camps, like 2 days or 3 days also?
Yeah, definitely we can do a simple 2 days morning to evening camps. And I would prefer if something can be arranged in Vizag first, we can do it. Because
yes,
I have a due to that place. I've been to that place some 30 years back, so I want to go and see that place. So I'm ready to do. I'm ready to do a 2 days workshops and see something like you don't need a 10% exercise. You need hardly 8 to 10 exercises which should help, right?
Okay.
So it can be done.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And yes, before closing the program, I would like to thanks once again the eminent personalities who are there in the group with us. That is the president of JCI Household Vrindavan, JC S. Vishwanathan, and also the president of Lions International and Kapalli, that is Lion Padmaraj Garu, and the secretary Apalraj Garu and their team, and the president and the team from Rotary Club of Coimbatore, and the president and the team of Rotary Club Silicon Andhra from US, and Ms. Selvi Periyaram and their education team from Pearl Genie, US, and many other people who have come from various walks of life. Thank you, my dear friends. And especially our heartfelt thanks to our wonderful speaker of the day, the trainer, the facilitator, and the person who has been in this industry for such a long time.
So thank you all, and there's a Jai Hind for the day. Jai Hind for the day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your wonderful, the techniques and the information and the data that you have given for the health of all our members. Thank you so much, Ranga Raoji.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, my dear friends, Rotarians. And I call the meeting, and the meeting has been adjourned.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Very good meeting, President. We all enjoyed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sagarji.
And many thanks for the speaker.
Very useful meeting.
Yes, sir.
Srikanth, congratulations. It was a very good meeting.
Thank
Everybody
you,
enjoyed, I believe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Exercise చెప్తున్నప్పుడు తినేస్తుంటే ఏం లాభం సార్?
శ్రీకాంత్ మర్చిపోయి what the age group, that will be suitable for its age group.
Srikanth, have a workshop. 2-day
Yes, sir,
workshop.
sure.
Lot of people will come.
Yes.
తప్పకుండానండి. That's a great idea, sir.
అంటే ఎప్పుడో
We'll certainly plan.
క్విక్గా పెట్టించండి.
ఎప్పుడండి?
క్విక్గా తొందరగా పెట్టించండి.
Okay. Yes. Sure.
Okay, bye.
తప్పకుండా. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Certainly, Andy. Thank you, sir.
Bye, Srikanth.